Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here with episode 7 of Link Click Season 2. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, you won't be seeing a Jujutsu Kaisen reaction today as well. So if you were looking for that and hoping for that, it's just I had to get to some Spy Family today, and I had to do a movie reaction for this weekend as well. So I had to basically pick either Jujutsu Kaisen or Link Click, and honestly, I'm more invested in Link Click at the moment. So maybe that'll change with the next arc of Jujutsu Kaisen when it comes, but right now I'm more invested with Link Click Season 2. So that being said, last time we had Xiaoxi talking to Shishi, and they had their little interview thing, but it was clearly all set up. She was definitely controlling the entire thing and knew everything that was going to happen, like had planned shit out, so that eventually she, an officer, and Xiaoxi ended up leaving the police department when they were supposed to be heading to the restroom and kind of like tricking everyone. Meanwhile, Lu Guang just mysteriously disappeared while there's this big hole in the window of his hospital room. So it's like shit's kind of starting to go down. This season's starting to get a lot more intense, a lot more interesting. The mystery aspect, we're starting to get some answers, but not all of them right away. We're starting to get more excitement, more interest, more just wild shit going down. We got Shishi's backstory, and we can presume like the entirety of the rest of her family is dead, except maybe her brother. We only know her parents are dead for sure. But yeah, it's kind of unclear about her brother. And so it's like, I'm kind of wondering if like there's a revenge aspect to this, but her father was the one who was like the bad guy in that scenario, and he's apparently dead. So it's like, what would the revenge be? And if she is the diver and has these powers as well, how and why is she using them for these evil reasons? Like, why would she have like made sure Emma was killed? Why would she have taken out the one officer? Like, there's so many questions here, and I feel like I'm just not getting enough answers yet. But we've still got quite a few episodes to go, so maybe we'll start to get those answers. We're only just over halfway through the season and all, so I'm very interested to see how the rest of this goes. And yeah, I'm more in this than ever. So let's get this going and see what this episode has in store. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. We're back. We'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. I make it no secret, you guys very much know that I am a little crybaby bitch. And that it is very easy for me to cry. And it's not even just sad stuff, or you know, just typically strongly emotional stuff. It can, like, anything that's like even like excessively hype, I will cry over. Like, when I first saw, like, that, the big trailer for the live-action One Piece, I cried. I cried hard. Because it was just so hype. It was so exciting. And at the end of this episode, it's like, I was tearing up, because it's like, Lu Guang coming in clutch there at the end was so unexpected and so hype and so exciting that it's just like, it just got to me. It got to me. And I had to stop for a moment in between recording to make sure I didn't just like full on blow into like full on tears. But I I did a bit. I did. I cried, and it's like, again, it's not out of sadness or like really strong like heavy emotion or anything. Yeah, outside of just excitement, just hype, pure hype. And the wildest thing about it is after, it comes after such a tragic, horrible moment with Officer Wong being killed, and the grief and pain in that yell, in that shriek, in that cry from the captain. It's excessively tragic. Two great officers. And the fact that I'm saying that kind of says something. Two great officers were killed in this investigation, this case, this showdown with this terrorist organization or whatever the fuck they are. And this captain is grieving for them because he cared for them greatly. And they didn't deserve to go out like this. And amongst all that sadness, amongst seeing all of this pain and all of everything going wrong, clearly Xiaoxi being mind controlled by Shishi. Again, we don't know the reasons for this entire thing that they're doing. In all of this, we see, out of fucking nowhere, Lu Guang comes in on a speedboat, rams the boat that Shishi was about to lead Xiaoxi onto, and just leaps out, tackling Xiaoxi to the ground. It's just like, one, this is, I think, the most, like, intense scene I've seen Lu Guang in, like, this entire series, which I actually really like, because usually he's the character who's kind of sitting back and guiding Xiaoxi through a lot of things. He doesn't usually get involved in the specific action and situations himself. He's guiding. He's the guide usually, but to actually see him take part in it is exciting in and of itself. It also tells us that when he broke out of the room, it was him. He did it. He wasn't kidnapped or anything. I don't know how he did it without them finding him below or anything. I don't know what he did to get out of there. But he broke the window, he got out of there, and he was able to get to them in time. And I don't know, like, how he found out, like, this was going to go down. I don't know how he found out, like, what he needed to do here. But he did. And he came in clutch in the end there, and it was such a shocking, hype moment. It got to me. It made me cry. And I meant what I said at the end is, like, I was upset that I didn't have the next episode downloaded yet. Because I wanted to go into the next episode. After a cliffhanger like that, I really did, but I wasn't going to go and try to download it, and, like, I already have a video I recorded today that I have to splice together. I'm not going to do that with another. But yeah, it's like, I was, like, losing it, kind of. Not even just with the crying, but I was like, my heart was pumping, my adrenaline was going. I was just, like, I was ready to practically jump out of my seat and cheer when he came in. I was so goddamn excited. Like, the moment I realized it was him, it's like, just, I just, like, lit up, I feel. Like, I don't know how well that, like, it was expressed in my emotion, because I'm not great with physical expression and everything. I feel like I don't emote as well as other people do. But like just everything in my brain just like lit up at once, and I'm just like, if I could have, I would have probably jumped up and cheered. But I don't have that luxury because like the table that my computer and everything is on is literally right in front of me. If I tried to jump up from sitting here on the love seat like this, I would knock everything over. I would knock over my computer, the webcam, the microphone that's right here. I would have knocked over everything. And I would rather not do that for, I feel, pretty obvious reasons. So I was able to hold myself back in that regard. But, like, honestly, that was probably one of the most hype moments of this series so far, if not the single most hype moment. And again, having it take place after such a tragic moment makes it feel that much more, like, exciting, because you just saw something that's extremely tragic, that's extremely sad, that's just horrible. So after a huge loss like that, having a big victory with Lu Guang coming in, it just like brightens up your mood. It turns that entire like those dark feelings, that sadness, that pain around, and makes you feel something positive again. It's smart. It is a good choice from the people who made this. And this is an original too. This is not based off of anything. So that was just a great choice on the writers, the director, the everyone working on it. I'll give them all massive props for that. The music was obviously badass in this. The action with the different fights going on. Like the moment when Officer Wong got like smacked on the back of the head by the dude, it's like the instant that happened before we even saw him, it's like my heart dropped because I knew that meant she was dead. Even if she didn't die from that one hit, I knew that meant she was dead. It's like it just hurt. But this episode also instilled so much excitement. It's like the fact that it could do both back to back like that it could make you feel that excited right after feeling that down, is impressive. I was just excessively into this. I've made lists and all about my favorite shows of all time and everything, and I've very much talked about how this is up there for me. In fact, I just, let me see if I can bring this up real quick. Sorry if there might be a little bit of lag while I'm going through this. I made this tier list last week on stream of all the shows I have reacted to and where I would place them, where I would rank them amongst each other. Link Click was already one of the 4 shows that I gave the honor of putting in the S+ tier, the peak tier. And I put it as number 4. It was still at the bottom, under One Piece is number 1, Owl House is number 2, and Carol and Tuesday is number 3. If this season continues to be as good as it is throughout the rest of its run, it is definitely going to pass Carol and Tuesday. And that's saying something, because Carol and Tuesday was a big show for me. I don't know if it'll pass the Owl House, though, because the Owl House, if I'm being honest, is very important to me at this point. There's a lot of personal connection to it that is just very important. There's some of that in Carol and Tuesday as well, but not as much as in the Owl House or One Piece. So I don't necessarily think this is going to surpass those. But I think if the rest of this season continues to be as good as it has been, and especially as it was in this episode, I think it will pass Carol and Tuesday and become my 3rd favorite. And just for a note, like even for shows I haven't reacted to, these top four, no matter what, are my top four of all time. Like shows that I've watched on my own time and just haven't reacted to, that weren't on that tier list. Um, those shows don't get that high for me. The best shows, in my opinion, that I've ever watched are ones that I have at least partially reacted to. Because I didn't react to everything from MLP. When I first started reacting to it, I started with season 5. I had already seen the first 4 seasons on my own. And with One Piece, obviously I had seen a lot of that, most of the series on my own. I think I started my reactions like right after Zoe, right? So, yeah, a lot of what I have experienced with both of those shows was not in reactions, but nonetheless, I have still reacted to a lot of them. I have still reacted to a shit ton of both of those shows. Most, pretty much, no, wait. Yeah, most of them. Because with MLP, I reacted to 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 5 seasons of it. So there were only 4 seasons I didn't react to. So I did react to most of MLP. Friendship is Magic specifically. I'm obviously reacting to Make Your Mark as well, but. And then with One Piece, it's definitely not most, but it's still been like what, a couple hundred episodes. It's like that's still something. That's still a lot. I could probably check. Let me check. I just need to check One Piece, and then I can look at the earliest video I made on it. That's actually an easy thing I can do on my YouTube studio. Yeah, so the first episode I reacted to was actually 2 episodes in one video, 776 and 777. And we are currently at 1073, I think was the last one we reacted to. Yeah, 1073. So it's been like almost 300 episodes that I have reacted to on the channel in the course of 4 years. Because I started in February of 2019. That's when I first put up 776, 770, 77, blah. But there were some breaks in there, to be fair. There were some breaks in there where I took a lot of time off of reacting to the series for various reasons. So, I didn't do it all straight. Because if I had done it all, like, pretty much straight, I would have caught up a lot sooner than I did. But the point still remains. I've still reacted to almost 300 episodes now of One Piece. And so that's still impressive. So to say that Link Click is up there with those after having seen 12 episodes if you count 5.5 as well of season 1 and now 7 episodes of season 2, it's like that's not a lot of episodes. That's really not. That's 19 episodes. That's like a single season of Owl House. And nothing, a drop of water in a bucket for One Piece. So, more like a drop of water in a giant aquarium. It's nothing. So, yeah. Fun little stuff there. But I'm completely serious. I think that this series could surpass Carol and Tuesday for me. And I still stand by that being one of my favorites for sure. But this series, just how this series is going, I am so actively hooked into it that it's insane. It's like, I literally checked. I literally decided to check this series out just because I saw the first opening, and it was like, oh, this opening is fucking fire. I want to see what the series is like, see if it can compare to the opening, because a lot of series I've seen that have amazing openings have not lived up to that. And then I check it out, and in season 1, it's like first episode makes me cry. The entire season ends up getting me emotionally hooked in, very strongly emotionally. And then now season 2, now that the emotional connection is there, goes into this full-blown murder mystery that has so many extreme facets to it that I have no idea where this is going. And I am like just fucking at the edge of my seat, loving every fucking second of it. I am just in absolute awe with this series. This season is so actively different from season 1 in how it's being presented, but it feels natural in how it progressed to this point, and it's just still so fucking good. I am so invested. I am so actively invested in this series. I need to get merch. I'm not even kidding you. I need to get merch. I don't know if they're going to have merch for this at Youmacon. I'm really unsure of how popular this series is, if it's popular enough to have merch at Youmacon. Because from what I've seen in the past, it's usually been the big series, the ones that people really get into. But if not, and everything, maybe I'll look up some stuff online. Maybe on Amazon or eBay or something. Because it's like, I need to get something. I need to get something. I am so in love with this series. But yeah, tell me how you felt. Tell me your thoughts on this episode in the comments below. And for now, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie. I'm signing off. See y'all next time.